Today you are going to learn how to make a Siapo bookmark to use in the library. Step 1, click on Microsoft Office Word. Go to the Insert tab up the top here. I want you to go to Shapes, click, choose the rectangle. Click the rectangle and make a square. You make a square by clicking the left button and dragging out the shape. If it looks a bit like a rectangle, hold down the Shift button and that will make it a perfect square. Next, you're going to go up to the Shape Outline. Click, go to Weight and make it 6. If you can't see Shape Outline, you need to click back on your shape so the drawing toolbar up here comes up. Watch, click off, no toolbar. Click on, toolbar. Click off, no toolbar. Click on, toolbar. Next, go to the little insert shape up here and choose line. I want you to draw a diagonal line that connects each of the opposite vertices. Ta-da! You can change the weight of your line by clicking on it, going to Shape Outline, and choosing a different weight. While you're there, you could also choose a different color. Next, you're going to click on your shape, go to line, and you are going to draw straight lines through the center that connect the opposite or parallel sides. That line's a bit wonky, so I can delete it. And to make sure it's dead in the center, I click on my square and the little guide dots come up. Now for the tricky part. We need to click on this line here. It says curve. The curve line's pretty tricky. Every time you click, it puts a bend in. To stop the line, you need to double click very quickly. Click, click. We're going to use that line tool, click on the shape, to put in a curved line from the center, click, click, to the vertice, click, click. We're going to do that with each of our lines. It should look a bit like this when you're finished. Our next step is to use the same tool again, and using these diagonal lines as lines of symmetry, we're going to put in a reflection. Click, 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 click. We're going to do that in each of the squares, and it will end up looking a bit like a... It should look something like this. Now we want to group all of our lines together to make one picture. So I want you to go and click on the Home tab. That's that tab right there. Then go down to the little arrow down this end, which looks like your cursor. Click and select Objects. By clicking Select Objects, we can draw a big box over top of all of our lines. And there it goes, they're all highlighted. Now we've got to go all the way up to the top and click on the Page Layout tab. go along to group, and when you click group, all of those little lines have now become one shape. We can move them all together. Make sure your shape's still highlighted. Go to drawing tools, and now I'd like you to fill your shape with colour. These colours are a bit boring, so you can either fill it with a texture, which is a little bit more interesting, or a pattern, which is a little bit interesting, or what I like the most, a double colour. The easiest way to get a double colour is by clicking on Shape Fill, go to Gradient, then all the way down to the bottom where it says More Gradients. When you get to More Gradients, click. A box like this should come up. Choose two colours, and you can choose your own colours, like blue and purple, and then you can either have the square filled vertically, diagonally, from the corner, or from the centre. Click on the one you like. Pretty styly. If you want to have even more colours, go back to Shape Outline. Oops, sorry. I mean Shape Fill. Gradient. More gradients. And you can choose the presets. The presets are pretty cool. You change the preset over here. I'm going to go for rainbow. Okay. Now we've made one square. Let's shrink the square down a bit so it takes up about that much space on your page. While it's highlighted, push Ctrl C for copy and Ctrl V for Velcro and stick a new one in. Line it up so that it's just underneath your last square. If it's just a little bit off, use the arrow keys to move it. You can see that we're already getting a bit of a bookmark shape. To make the pattern a bit cooler, you can change the fill. Remember, Shape Fill, Gradient, More Gradients, and this time I might go to Peacock, and I might have it from the corner. Okay, pretty cool. Now I'm going to paste another shape, and I'm going to put that down the bottom as well. If you want to, you can change the colours. Once you have 4 or 5 of the squares in a row, you're ready to group them together to make one whole side of our bookmark. Remember to group them together. We go to Home, Select Objects. We make a big box right over the top, making sure that we cover the whole shape. Then we go to Page Layout and Group. Now, if I push Ctrl C for copy and Ctrl V to stick a new one in, I've got the other side of my bookmark. My bookmark's now finished and ready to be printed. When you get to this stage, put up your hand and I'll come and print it for you. If you don't want your bookmark to look like everybody else's, and to make sure it doesn't get lost when it's on the shelves, you can always click on your shape, go to Shape Fill, and put a picture in. Go to My Documents and find a picture of yourself. Then no one's going to confuse your bookmark with theirs. Don't forget to cut out your 2 pieces and stick them back to back very carefully so that Mr. Henderson can laminate them.